Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 3 books which I was really kindly sent from Jenkins Publishing. Now I was contacted by a lovely gentleman who works for the company asking if he could send me a few of their books to share on the channel. And after sort of looking into the company, I thought, these seem like a good fit for the channel and for those of you who watch. So I really kindly accepted and I received these beautiful books yesterday. So I thought today I would share them with you here on the channel and we will do sort of a flip through of each. And yeah, if you want to leave any thoughts or comments down below in the comment section, please feel free to do so. So the first book that I will share with you is The Flower Garden, an adult colouring book. And these are lovely. They are a square format, which make them really nice and portable. We have a really lovely glossy front cover. And then it lets us know here that we have 50 intricate flower pattern sketches. And then on the back we have 4 thumbnails as an example of some of the images that we can find here inside the book. Now I was going to film a separate video for each book, but I figured they're all from the same publisher, so we'll just do them all in one slightly longer video. So we have our title page here. And then on the next page, to the left, we have all of the Jenkins Publishing social media information here for Facebook and Instagram. Then we have a test page here. You can test out your mediums and your colours, and this is laid out actually really nicely. So here it says test the page bleed here, so you have an opportunity to test that. And then we have a section down here and it says to test your colour combinations. And then down here there's just a little side note: why not put a piece of card behind the page you are colouring, just to be sure no little blotches go through. And that is definitely something to be very mindful with. So here it lets us know this is the reverse of the media test page. So we have the white on this, which is really nice. So it makes it a lot more visible for you to see which of your mediums bleed through and ghost on the paper and whatnot. And you can see how they react to this Amazon paper. And then we have a nameplate page. Just going to adjust my camera angle a little smidge. Okay. And then we move into our images. So you will see that these are single-sided. Very much the same format as our Jade Summer, Sun Life Drawing, Belba Family, that sort of, that same kind of format, with the pages printed single-sided with the the black on the reverse. But these are nice. They are all framed, so you're not going to have to battle with any of the images to get into the spine of the book here, which is lovely. Now I am going to move quite quickly through these books as we do have 3 to get through. So like it says in the front of the book, you know, because these pages are single-sided, if you want to use alcohol markers or anything with the potential to bleed through, just be mindful to put your blotter page, and then that will protect your next image from any potential bleed through. So we have a really nice variety of images and image styles in this book. Some line work like this, and then we have some here with the black background, and then things like this which are a lot more intricate. But I do think if you enjoy, you know, colouring florals and botanicals and all that good stuff, this might be something you're interested in. For those of you with a visual impairment, I think you may struggle with some images, not all of them, because as I've just said, some of the, you know, the line work and the complexity of the images, they do vary from page to page. But I do think there's certainly some images in here that would be difficult if you do suffer with a visual impairment. Now, I will be completely honest, I'm not attracted to every single page in this book. That is just me, that's just my personal opinion. There are some in here that I think are really pretty, but I don't think I would colour all of them. But that's not to, you know, deter from the artwork. You know, I think the artwork is lovely and there is a really nice variety in here. Lovely water lilies there. Really pretty. Some of the images even look like they kind of have an element of grayscale to them, but I think it's because of sort of like the sketchy lines that are given to maybe indicate where the shadows would be. And I do like that. I think that's really nice. Really pretty. Now, what I am noticing is that even though these images are framed, they still seem to be cropped within that frame, if that makes sense. So this one here, for example, we have the frame here going around, which is great, but the image cuts off before before it even sort of touches that frame. So I think that's a little bit unusual. Just something that I'm noticing as I'm looking through. You know, the same here. So it's just something that I've noticed now. So it looks like they haven't necessarily cropped the artwork to fit the frame. They've done it a tad smaller, sort of from the top and bottom. Not as much from the sides. Not as much, but, you know, still cropped nonetheless. Now, whether that was to just make sure that it fit inside the frame, I'm not sure. But, you know, even if they had the images touching this border that's been given, that still wouldn't impose on the rest of the page or have us sort of struggling here. Really pretty. So there's certainly lots in here to keep you busy. And like I said, because these are square format, it makes them really nice and portable. And then here we have a thank you page, and they basically just encourage you to leave a review on Amazon. And then here again we have Instagram and Facebook information there at Jenkins Publishing. And there you go. And then we just have a blank page here in the back if you want to test out any other mediums. So that was The Flower Garden, an adult colouring book by Jenkins Publishing. Now let's move on to the second book. So the next one I have, again from the same publisher, is Noodle Doodles. This is a square format, exactly the same as The Flower Garden. And here it lets us know that we have 50 professional compilations, intricate noodles, oodles of doodles, wacky themed designs. So again, we have a lovely glossy front cover. And then 4 thumbnails on the back of some of the images that we will find inside. Really like this green background. I think that sets this off lovely. Okay. So again, we have our title page here, but this one lets us know that the illustrations are by Diana Burgos. So we do have an illustrator name there. So once again, as per the previous book, we have Jenkins Publishing Facebook and Instagram information here and a medium test page. And then we move into our images. So these are so much fun. Some of them again are more complicated than others. But I just think this is really, really fun. I think this is one of the books that I'm really going to enjoy. So we do have a really nice sort of a mixture of thicker line art and then thinner line art as well. And I think with these images, they complement each other really, really well. Apologies for the wobbly desk. And Merlin has just jumped up. Excuse me. Thank you. So we have 50 images in this book. And looking at sort of the little faces on some of these objects, it does make me think of like a kawaii themed, you know, image on some of them. Now with this book, the images do go up to the frame in here. So I do like that much better. It's just nice to not have that sort of that cut off before we get to the edge of the frame, if that makes sense. So again, these are single-sided. So as I've mentioned with the Flower Garden book, if you want to use alcohol markers or anything that may bleed through, you can just put a blotter page in between. But I think these will be great for, you know, for markers, alcohol markers, glitter gel pens. I think they would be really fun on these. You know, your Crayola Super Tips or Statler dual-ended markers, they would work great. So yeah, I think there's lots and lots to have fun with in this book. I just think this one is really fun. Sort of Christmas themed one there. So yeah, here we go. So can you see, you know, just the way the faces are drawn, it just sort of gives me that kawaii vibe that we get from, you know, many of our other beloved colouring books. Oh, I had to try and get my words out then. I think you understand what I mean. So again, this is another book that will definitely keep you busy. And it's really, really fun book. So I think not only would this be great for adults, but I think that there would be, you know, some older kids who would enjoy this as well. So this would make a really nice gift, I think. So have sort of like our, you know, like a few little random images dotted around the page, and then we have our squiggles and doodles and things here in the background, or, you know, sort of around the page. So this one, you know, we have the mixture of like paint splatters and then sort of squiggly lines going over and under some of our other elements on the page. It's just a lot of fun. It really is. So this one, it looks like we have pasta twists. So that's certainly different, but a lot of fun. Pasta bows on that one. Macaroni, I think, these little tubes, is that right? Okay, so towards the back, yeah, we're getting pasta on a lot of the backgrounds. It seems a little bit random. I imagine if it was like a food themed page, or a page, you know, based on pasta, I could understand. It just seems a little bit strange, but you know, it's fun. I can understand the pasta bows here with the bows and ribbons. I get that. But, you know, when we've got, you know, like this with the light bulbs, it just seems a little bit out of place. But hey, it's, you know, it's fun. It's fun, and I know that I will enjoy colouring this regardless. Whoops. Okay, so again, we have the same thank you page and the social media information here in the back of this book. And then rather than the blank page at the back, we have this grayscale page here. So there you go, that was Noodle Doodles. Now the third and final book by Polly Jenkins Publishing that I would like to share with you is 100 Mandalas. Now again, this is a square format like the other two books. Glossy front cover and some thumbnails here on the back. So let's open this one up. So again, we have our title page, social media and colour test page, and then we move into the images. So I am going to go quite quickly through this one as we have 100 pages to get through. So again, these are single-sided. So, you know, I would say throw whatever mediums at them you want. The one thing I will say with these books, because they are printed on Amazon paper, if you're tempted to use watercolours, I would be very, very mindful about how much water you actually put on this paper. And if you want to layer up your colour, then just let each layer dry before you go in again. But I don't think this will take too much water because this kind of paper is very absorbent, it's very porous. So I don't think watercolours is something I would recommend. But if you want to have a go, just use minimal amount of water. So it's just, you know, a side note, something to be mindful of. So on these pages, we do have the frame here around the edge, and then our mandalas are in the middle. But no part of this is cut off or cropped awkwardly. So again, I really like this one. Now you will notice as we move through that there is a really nice selection of more difficult and intricate mandalas, and then, you know, things that are a lot more simpler, a lot more basic, like this. So depending on your mood, I think there's something in here to suit, you know, whichever mood you may be in. But we do have a really nice selection. So I think if you enjoy colouring mandalas, this would be a really good choice. And, you know, we have 100 mandalas, and it's, you know, it's a square format, so it's more portable. So if you were going for an appointment or a meeting, you know, you had to wait for a bit or whatnot, this would be a perfect size to sort of to keep in your handbag and to take with you, with a couple of markers or crayons, whatever you choose. But these are lovely, really, really lovely. This is pretty. So yeah, I'm actually excited to get stuck in and colour some pages in this book. I'm hoping I get the opportunity to do so before the end of the month. That would be really nice. But we'll see. We'll see how, you know, how the time goes. Just seems to be running away very, very quickly from us at the moment, doesn't it? Beautiful. Really, really lovely images in here. That's gorgeous. I really like this one. Normally with a lot of books kind of like this, I do like to work in order, but I think with this one I can just see me sort of jumping around and just to find a mandala for, you know, for whatever suits my mood at the time. And I'm okay with that. So I think if you have a visual impairment, this book might be okay for you because the line work is quite noticeable, it's bold, it's printed well. So I do think this may be manageable for you. You know, yes, some of the mandalas are more busier than others, but I think it's doable. So lots of fabulous mandalas here. Really lovely patterns. This is lovely. Some of them, the style of them are quite unusual, and I really like that. It's nice to see mandalas that don't look very samey to a lot of my other mandala books. So I do, you know, I do applaud this book for that. So definitely lots here to keep you entertained. I'd love to hear what you think about these books. Let me know down in the comments. Any feedback, thoughts and opinions, it's all very much appreciated. Lovely, really, really lovely. And I think if you have like chameleon markers as well, they would be great to use on some of the simpler images. You know, you could try out some blends there with your markers. I think that would be a lot of fun as well. I don't have chameleon markers, but if you do and you like to use them on mandalas and stuff, let me know. So then we have our thank you page again with Polly Jenkins publishing social media details there, and also a little encouragement to leave a review on Amazon. So there you go, my lovelies. Have a few blank pages there in the back. So that was 100 mandalas. And then not forgetting, we have Noodle Doodles and the flower garden. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and flip through of these lovely 3 books via Polly Jenkins Publishing. I will leave their social media details down below. Any questions, comments, anything at all, leave it down below in the comments, or alternatively my email address is there, and also my Instagram handle if that is something you're interested in. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.